We are live. 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 Good morning. I'm sorry, y'all. I was over here responding to messages. I hope you're having a great morning. But let's get started because we ain't got all day. We coming in and we getting in, we getting out. We got things to do. That means you included. That means we all got things to do. All right. So we are finishing up. We got a couple more days of our book. And yeah, I think we got like two more chapters. So by the end of this week, we should be finishing up. We could start on a new book. Because yeah, that's what we do. This is part of my reading for today. So I just need y'all to know this is why we're not stopping yet. I was just telling my daughter, I said, we might stop it. Mean, can you turn it down a little bit? That's okay. I just felt like I was screaming over top of it. Alright, so we got mics is working. Sound is working. Ooh. Hopefully everybody can hear me over there. Hey, good morning. Good morning. All right, here we go. Let's get started. Hold this down. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, sound is good. Sound is good, but it's saying that the YouTube studios, something's happening over. So let's check it. I think this the only thing is just like figuring out all of this other stuff. So, I'm expecting the best of me. All right, let me close all of these windows. Not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Hey, Shawty, it's just me and you. I'm over here trying to figure out why I can't move this page. I don't know what's going on, but I hope you're having a great morning. For some reason, something is happening on over the white tea. But it's all good. We're going to keep it moving because, you know, we ain't got time for all of this. How are you this morning? You sent me a form to fill out, and I started filling out. I got distracted, and that's a long-ass form. I just tell you, I don't like filling out long forms. I like get in and straight out. There was a lot of information, and it was asking about my kids. My kids are adults, so and then some of them were like some of them were um you know, just asking about them. And you know, I don't nobody see half of my friends haven't even seen my kids because they just don't come around. But yeah, I wasn't sure what it was for, so you gotta give me a little context and why I'm filling it why I'm filling it out. Not a lie. Good morning. But I don't mind filling out. I just be honest, it was a lot of personal information that I just really wasn't comfortable giving out just yet. You know what I mean? Especially with not knowing the context behind it, why I'm giving it out, what's it for, all of that. So definitely keep me in the loop, let me know, and I'll get it filled out. Hey y'all, good morning. We are on chapter 10 this morning, and it says reduce the risk and you'll convert selling to buying. All right, so that's what we're getting started with this morning. I hope everyone is having a wonderful morning. Hey, thank you for the shamrock. Hey, I didn't even see it. I missed it, Natalie. Good morning. If you're new here, I'm Mecca Joy. I am the creator and I guess I don't know. I'm the person who run the host of the Growth Hour. I don't know why I'm tongue tied today. Um, the the topic for today is eliminate fear, build trust, the sales power of guarantees and proof. All right. So again, today we're diving into principle 10, and it's reduce the risk and you'll convert faster. So let's be real. Your audience wants to buy, but fear, uncertainty, or bad past experience are holding them back. Like me. I got bad experience from the past with just uncertainty or just even fear. I told y'all I had experience with booking a flight one time that literally left me with anxiety. So you never know what is causing your audience to not move as fast as you would want them to. So when you reduce this risk, you increase the reward. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. How we can reduce the risk and just make it just a more enjoyable experience for our customers. All right. So our affirmation for today is my creativity sets me apart. My creativity sets me apart. I attract success by do things differently. Okay, my creativity sets me apart. I attract success by daring to do things differently. I attract success by daring to do things differently. Hey, man. Yeah, I like that one. My creativity sets me apart. I attract success by daring to do things differently. I like that one. All right, so mindset shift. You don't need to be better than everyone. You just need to be different in a way that feels true to you and irresistible to them. So being true to you and irresistible to them. So I feel like sometimes, or now I want to say sometimes, I feel like the best part of this journey of self-discovery is finding out like who you truly are, right? And as I go into hey Tay, and hey Fox, as I grow in this journey, I'll be honest, I'm learning that I love who I am. Like I'm funny, I'm smart, I'm fly. I got my own little, creative style when I want to put it together. You know what I'm saying? So all of that stuff, and just to let y'all know, the reason I'm not dressed today is because I was on a run this morning. I got up, I went outside, I did my 20-minute workout, I did my meditation, and after my 9 o'clock meeting that I had with a client that ran over to an hour and a half, I went out and ran for 30 minutes before we got on live. So that was kind of why I was a little late, because I was sitting here and I was trying to like decompress a little bit. But I say all this to say that part of me, figuring out the true part of me, I feel like as I'm figuring it out, this is the best part of making content because I'm comfortable in my skin. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if I, record content, pre-record it, and I'm just being myself, it's okay because you either going to like it or you're not. And those who don't, oh well, peace. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I add value everywhere I go. And that's something I had to begin to believe. And oh shit, I was reading the wrong one. I had to begin to believe and really embody myself. So that's something that it takes time. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the heart puff. All right, so I was reading the wrong affirmation. Sorry, y'all. So today's affirmation says, I make it easy and safe for my clients to say yes to what they already want, even though I really like that other one. But I make it easy and safe for my clients to say yes to what they already want. All right. Now, our mindset shift, sorry, because I was on the wrong one. When your customer feels secure, understood, and protected, they move faster. Trust isn't built with words. It's built with actions, offers, and reassurance. Because y'all know me. Y'all know your girl. It's not the thought that fucking counts. It's the action that you take behind that thought that matters the most. I think that's my new quote. All right, because the thought that counts. Fuck that thought. That thought don't mean shit to me. That thought didn't help me. No way. Shit. And to be honest, you could be lying about that thought that counts. You could just be telling me any damn thing. You know what I'm saying? But what really matters is the action behind it, because now I know you were serious about it. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, let's go through and let's see what this is talking about today. All right. It says the obvious way to sell. So again, we're reading chapter 10, or principle 10, reduce their risk and you'll convert selling to buying. So here are some tidbits through this chapter, right? It says the obvious way to sell, eliminate the risk of buying, replace risk with powerful closing tool, risk removal, and then some red bits. The biggest barrier to a sale is the unspoken risk that prospectus perceives. Hey, Thriving! If you eliminate risk, they will buy. No risk, no balls. Okay? All right. So it says the obvious way to sell, eliminate the risk of buying. Eliminate risk and prospects are more likely to buy. What a concept. How much simpler can selling get? In order to harness the power of this strategy, ask yourself these 5 questions as they relate to your product or sale. Thank you for the heart puffs. What happened? Something just happened. Something just happened. Something just happened. Don't know what happened. It just kicked me out. Sorry, YT. So it looks like we just got kicked out of what you call it. I don't know why, but it kicked us out. So I'm just logging back in to finish, and I don't know. That's wrong. That's wrong. I don't know why it did it. Hey, y'all. Sorry. I'm not sure what happened, but it kicked us out. All right. So I'm going to just try to keep this okay out of the picture, because I don't know if that was it. But we're back. So where we left off was ask yourself these 5 questions as they relate to your product or sale. Okay. What is the definition of risk? What is the definition of risk? What is the cause of risk? How much risk am I? How much risk am I asking my prospects to take when they make a purchase? Or how do I uncover risk factors? And number 5, how is risk taken away, removed, or eliminated? So for myself, I feel like, what is the definition of risk when it's related to my product or sale? The risk is that, you might not get what you want, or you might spend your money, you might not feel it was worth it, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a risk. I mean, because at the end of the day, I can't tell somebody what's valuable to them or what's not valuable. So yes, I have some clients that's like, no, I'm not paying that price. That's too high. Then I have some people that's just like, okay, where's the invoice? Send it. Boom, boom, boom. No questions asked, right? So I think the only risk is that, you might not get what you want if you haven't communicated what you want to me. Like, that's the only risk I feel like in my business. Because, it's not like it's going to break. You can't break it or anything like that. But as a risk of purchase is some mental or physical barrier, real or imagined, that causes a person. But let me just say this. I feel like there is no risk, because at the end of the day, if you're not happy, I'm giving your money back. Straight up. Now, let's just be clear. If you hire me to do something, right, and you start out one way, and you're like, yeah, Mac, I want to do it this way. Boom, 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 right? And then I go do that. And then I come back to you with that you told me initially, and then you say, I don't want that no more, I want something else. Then yeah, I might be like, you got to pay again. It don't work like that. You know what I mean? So that might be a risk. I don't know. But I feel like if you come to me and you know what you want, I got you. You're good to go. There is no risk. You're going to be good. It's 100% guaranteed that you're going to be happy when you leave. I feel like that's the only risk, is that you're going to be happy when you leave. You're not gonna work with nobody else, right? A risk of purchase is some mental or physical barrier, real or imagined, that causes a person to hesitate or rethink ownership. As a salesperson, your job is to identify the risk and eliminate it. Eliminate it. Period. Okay? So, here are several here are several ways to eliminate the risk of purchase. All right, so that you might go through when you're meeting with a prospect. So, financial misjudgment, worried about the value of the dollar spent, the risk of overpay or not getting my money's worth. Right, financial risk, I don't really need it. So it's something that you don't necessarily, it's just something you want, not necessarily something they need, right? I may be able to get the thing cheaper someplace else. I'm always like, deuces. Deuces, see ya. Not what I pictured in my mind. Not what I pictured in my mind. Not what I perceived or thought at first. Quality of product or misjudgment. Service after the sale won't be there. Product won't perform as I expected. Something better exists. Obsolete soon after I get it. Do you know what always makes me mad? Like cars. When we buy a car and it's like as soon as you drive off the lot, they say that your car has deteriorated. Was it the price has depreciated? Like what? What? I just paid 30,000. As soon as I go off the lot, is drops like that. Just I don't like that at all. Hey, Louis. All right, then looking foolish. Salesman is lying. Will someone be mad at me? So will I get in trouble? Obvious thought patterns of buyers having trouble making the decision on their own. Do I want to risk getting yelled at for this purchase? So a wife, a partner, or something like that. Recently I was talking with a client who had to go get a license, and in order for us to get this license, it was $1,000 for the license. So they wasn't sure of how much the cost of the license was going to be. Not that it's going to stop them from getting that license. They just need to speak to their partner before they made that purchase, because they might have had an argument, right? So that's just another example. Now, of a risk in purchase, I guess, right? Risk is actually a lack of confidence, trust, and believability, either in the product, the service, the company, the salesperson, or in oneself. So, in oneself. There is a period of time. Remember, we talked about the price and filling your heart when you set a price. Just, feeling if that price is good for your heart. You know what I mean? Forget if technically a person can't afford it, right? Because depending on your audience or your ideal client, it might not be for the person who can't technically afford it. It may be for someone who's a little bit more higher in income, has more disposable income, right? So you just think about those things, right? So reality, if there's a need, if there's an ability to buy, if there's not a hidden agenda, then the person who hesitates is doing so for one of the following reasons: cold feet, their gut says no. I'm sure we all got those gut feelings. It's like, nah, I'm not buying this today, right? 3, fear of the unknown. 4, not enough information. And 4.5, lack of confidence or trust in salesperson, company, or product. In short, the potential risk of purchase outweighs the reward of ownership. So, for example, might be when you buy a used vehicle, right? You like, I don't know. I don't trust this salesperson, right? I don't think I want to do it. Hey there, good morning. Hey, Louis, thank you for joining. So here's what to do. This is our success strategy. Find out their tolerance for taking a risk. Some people take more risks than others. Ask about gambling. Ask about entrepreneurial risk taken before. Ask about previous purchases. Measure their tolerance in their previous experiences. Look for causes. I tell y'all, I'm not a gambler. If somebody asks me, well, do you gamble? I'll be like, because I don't want to lose $20. You know what I'm saying? So you be like, yeah, she ain't, bye. Kick her to the curb, right? Here's another success strategy. Know your risk of purchase. There are less than 10. List them and have risk removing answers for them. So this is basically saying like you can already have prepared all of those rejections and just have rebuttals ready for them. So if somebody says, "Oh, I can't afford the price," well, here we have Afterpay and we have these options, right? Or whatever you might want, right? So list what your prospects has to lose if they buy. List the corresponding or canceling gains if they buy. Ask your prospects to weigh the total package, not just the weaknesses or the risk. Now, success strategy. Identify and eliminate or outweigh. Ask your prospect, what's the risk? Then ask, what's the reward? If the risk is low and the reward is high, then the decision is obvious. It's just up them to just hit the pay button, right? The aspect of risk is a subtle one. Only the best of salespeople will get this concept and harness it. If you don't, there's a bigger risk. The risk that the competition is kicking your butt. We're not trying to lose to the competition. What? Replace risk with a powerful closing tool, risk removal. It says you're closing in on the purchase. You feel like you're qualified, that you qualified the prospect. You know you're nearly there. Great presentation if you don't say so yourself, but something is still missing. There's a hesitancy and you can't quite define it. Let me help you. The prospect feels the risk of purchase outweighs the reward of ownership. You start to hear the usual stalls like, "I'll think about it. Call me back later." The kiss of death to a teetering transaction. Or the ever popular, "I have to talk this over with so-and-so," right? Rats. So what do? Keep selling? Not exactly. The simple answer is just find out where the risk is and remove it. What is the way of yes? What risk element is present that I can remove to close this deal? Here are a few inner voice, unstated risk fears that might be in your way of yes. So these are things that people are thinking in their head that they're not telling us when we're on the phone with them, right? It says, "I really can't afford this. I may not be able to make the payments." That's definitely a qualifying a question that I thought when I was hiring my business coach. It's like, what if I don't make enough money this month? And all of the things that were worrying me before I was making that commitment, right? I'll buy it, get it home, and it won't work. I'll buy it, get it home, and it'll look awful. I'll buy it. The boss will see my decision and explode. I'll buy it, then find out if I looked around, I could have bought it for less. That's the worst one. I'll buy it and never use it. I'll buy it and then some newer, better model will come along in 2 weeks and I'll be stuck with a piece of history. Hey, thank you. I that happened to me recently. I bought the Insta 360 and then like 2 weeks later they got so I don't know if you can see that little thing. So look, I'm gonna show y'all. I was so mad. So I bought this, right, couple $100, and then they came out with something that is like this big. And it's so small. It does exactly the same thing. Like, how I go from this to this? I would have loved to have this. So I was a little mad. I was like, God dang it. But that's just an example. You buy it and then boom, it's something else. It's smaller, right? It says, I'll buy it and it will go on sale next week. It says, get the drift. The risk factors are usually both invisible and unspoken because they expose the inner guts, feelings, and thoughts of the customer. So here's a remedy. Oh, thank you. Remedy. You can bring up a few areas of suspicion in an effort to ameliorate. Y'all, I'm sorry. I had never seen this word before. Ameliorate. Listen, y'all know this is our word of the day because let's see what this means. Ameliorate. I've never it's spelled AMELIORATE. I just want to make sure. I want to see what the definition is and I want to make sure we're saying it correctly. All right. I hope y'all don't mind because we We smart. Ameliorate. I hope that's the right correct. I feel like I'm saying it correctly. Ameliorate. I feel like I pray that we're saying it right. I don't know why my internet is acting weird. Um, but I'll go on until we so it says you can bring up a few areas of suspicion in an effort to ameliorate and address the fear, but sometimes it takes floating a few risk removers to discover what the risk barrier might be. So it might not necessarily be what we think it might be. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Sharika, sorry. I was like, look, y'all know I'm blind, y'all. And I got on my other glasses this morning. So it's Sharika. Thank you for the heart post, mama. All right, so I want to see what word this is. Y'all, I'm sorry. I want to hear if I said it right. Something's wrong with my thing. It's not even going to YouTube. All right, forget it. I'll figure it out later. Because I know, okay, there it goes. I was being impatient. Ameliorates. It says something bad, make something bad or unsatisfactory.
Ameliorate.
I said it right, y'all. Ameliorate.
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 Ameliorate. Listen, so these big words, I be wanting to learn these big words. Hey, Coach Sarah. I be wanting to learn these big words so that I could go and use them in conversations. So it says make something bad or unsatisfactory better. So make something better. So you're making better. Make better. So ameliorate. All right, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna figure out how I could use that in a video today. Y'all gonna crack up. Y'all gonna be like, she didn't use that. She didn't use a million. I'm gonna use it in a sentence. Watch. All right, let's go. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna use it. Here are a few examples. If you're concerned about whether or not it'll work for you after you get it home, don't worry. You can always bring it back. So what? Guarantee. Giving them some type of guarantee will give them some peace of mind, right? Thank you. We sell lots of these to companies like yours. But if for any reason your company doesn't like it, we offer a full refund or replacement. Listen, that's giving it ease. They like, okay. I was talking to somebody yesterday and they said they were on the phone, and the way that the person set it up, right? They said they gave them 2 free calls. Thank you for liking the live, Coach Tara. Turn up. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate you. And they said that when they were on the calls, they liked how they, brought them in for their coaching. He said on the second call, in order to get to the third call, they had to pay an $8,000 invoice. That's what I'm talking about. An $8,000 invoice. And they said in order to get the rest, boom, they had to do it. And they said they made that payment like it was nothing because they had literally just, basically coached them into buying. You know what I'm saying? And there was like, she said they never talked about price the whole time. They were aware of it, but she just, was just focused on community and serving, right? And then boom, she hit her with the invoice and she paid it. It was no problem. I was like, sheesh, that's amazing, but you have to have what we talked about yesterday, the value, you know what I'm saying? The perceived value in order for somebody to be like, oh yeah, I'm swiping no matter what, right? So it says, we're so sure about our competitive pricing on this item that will match any advertised or quoted price that you might discover for up to 45 days after you take delivery. So that's saying, look, we got you. We guaranteeing that you're going to be happy with our product. I don't care what you see out there. Risk is real and a real block to a sale. And too often salespeople misjudge risk for objection and continue to press for the close. Ever had a pushy salesman who seemed more interested in your wallet than your safety? I definitely have. Hey, Kai, I definitely have. And guess what? If somebody's telling you to go rob a bank to pay their bill, that's probably not the product you want to buy or service you want to buy, right? At the end of the day, right? So there is no one remedy. So here's what to do. Identify your risk, create great corresponding risk removers, or even preventers. Thank you. Try them out on prospects who resist for no stated reason. So if you get somebody on the phone and they're like, you know what, nah, I can't. You just start giving it to them, right? Just to try it. And then it helps practice you for the real time when you get that. But I feel like if you focus on working and talking to your ideal clients, you won't have to worry. I mean, I guess you'll always get risk type things that you need to respond to. But here's the remedy, right? Okay. So try them out on prospects who resist them for no stated reason. Master them so that your prospects buy more often. And 4.5, teach them to everyone. Teach them to everyone. Now he says, I say the best for last. There is one technique that can work to both find the risk and close the deal, but it's a delicate one that requires mastery through preparation and practice. So the strategy is called what's the risk? What's the reward? When a prospect hesitates, you simply ask him or her to list the risk of purchase. Actually write them down. So we're not just saying, oh, tell me what you think the risk of purchase is. You like, no, we on Zoom. I need you to pull out your pen. I need you to pull out your paper, and I need you to write that shit down. That's what we doing, right? So that's what he's saying. He said, that's what we got to tell him. Write it down. It says, actually write them down. Prompt others. So if the prospect says, I'm not sure, you ask, could it be blank? After you feel the list is complete, ask the prospect to list the rewards. Write them down and embellish as much as possible without puking on the prospect. Look, it's going to wash your dishes for you. Psych, no, it's not, right? Then eliminate the risk one by one with lead-in phrases like, suppose we could. Did you know that? I think we can. Then you simply ask, can you see any reasons not to proceed? Can you see any reasons not to proceed? One at a time, brick by brick, remove the risk that the buyer perceives as a fatal mistake in his decision-making process. Then drive home the rewards, both emotionally and logically, and shit, for some even financially. Because if somebody comes to me and says, hey, I want to build a website, right? And I tell them my price, and then they're like, oh my God, there's so much money, I can't afford it. But if you have a product to sell and you have a service to sell, then the goal is to make money from this website. So that will be the reward, that now I have a website that I can go out and market and I can make money. I mean, I'm just saying, at least that's what it would be for me, right? So if the customer is qualified, has a stated need, wants it, and it has become risk-free, then you have the reward, the order. Okay? It says, all right, here's some red bits, right? Here's some of our red bits. So it says, the biggest barrier to a sale. Hey, Wendy! Whoa! Thank you, Wendy. The biggest barrier to a sale is the unspoken risk that a prospect perceives. So it's all of those thoughts in a person's head that they're not speaking on, right? That we're sitting here like, I don't know. They're just sitting there with the poker face like, oh yeah, this is great. Oh yeah, this is great. But never once had they said anything, right? So if you eliminate risk, they will buy. If you don't eliminate it, they will not buy, and you will not know why. So you have to ask the prospect, just like you ask for the sale, what's the risk versus the reward? The secondary question to ask is, what's the need versus what's the value? The difference and the power in these questions is when you ask risk/reward and need/value, you'll get better, more intelligent, more honest answers. They're higher level sales questions. They command respect, and they will breed, listen y'all, they will breed a higher level of mutual understanding. And those answers will lead to you getting the sale. And then it says, no risk, no balls. No risk, no reward is a cliche you have heard a million times, right? And it's wrong. I say no risk, no nothing. Y'all know we be getting pulled up. He said no risk, no nothing. Not no risk, no reward, no, all of that good stuff. He said no risk, no nothing. Any salesperson or entrepreneur who is unwilling to risk should get out of sales. Not just a risk in asking for a sale, risk in prospecting, risk in cold calling, risk in networking, risk in fighting the competition, risk in creative follow-ups, risk in sticking to your price. I had to send something to somebody yesterday, and I just like, my price is my price. Because I felt heart-wise, there's no way I could go down. Not one little bit. I'm sorry. But I felt like they were just trying to nickel and dime. They were just trying to penny pinch, and it wasn't because it was me. That's just who they were. But my price is my price. So, and to be honest, I feel like they're going to take a couple of days, and then they're just going to hit pay, because I feel like they got the value. It was just they are used to being able to negotiate everything, and this wasn't one that I would negotiate on, right? So then it says, I call them sales. Oh, here we go. It says risk or the risk factor. And selling permeates every aspect of the process, and people who are unwilling to take risks usually lose to those who do. I call them sales balls. And most people, men and women, don't have them. Later this year, he said don't have them. Later this year, I will be coming out with a line of sales balls. They'll come in a package of 2, of course, and they'll come with the complete instructions on how to use them. Until then, take more chances than you dare. You'll make more sales than you expect. That's the formula. I love that. He's just like, all of the training. And I mean, at the end of the day, he also saying, like, you gotta, if you have a business where you're selling a product or a service, at the end of the day, you need to be learning how to sell. Oh, thank you, Wendy. Whether you have a product or whether I feel like no matter if you're a salesperson, if you're an entrepreneur, like at the end of the day, you have something that you're selling. You know what I'm saying? And we have to become so understanding and aware of the underlying stuff, right? The unsaid stuff, so that we can, because that's why he said we got to practice this on everybody, so that then when it comes time for those conversations, we're able to either take the risk out of it, so we're able to make sure that our marketing already has the it basically creates the comfort, creates the what they need in order to buy. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's one place that we need to be at, is just making sure that we do what we need to do, and we're making it that so it's just easier for the customer to buy, because they're not as scared. We don't know what's going on in their head. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if they had somebody else who they was working with prior to us and they burned them, or they made them feel stupid about asking a question. You don't know how many people I speak to on a regular basis. They be like, Mecca, I know this is a stupid question. And I'm like, no, I've always been taught that there's no stupid question. No question is stupid, right? But I do realize that there are some that are, right? But I do get that there's some that are not, right? So I feel like any event that is something that you don't understand, there's no dumb question. So you ask it, and then at the end of the day, like yesterday, I was working with a client, and they were like, well, they said something, and I was like, you don't know that? And they're like, no. I'm like, they're like, Mecca, you're just a genius. And I'm like, I gotta have this on record, because you always calling me a genius. You're always calling me smart for the shit that I know. And I just need other people to hear this, because the way he says it, he'd be like, Mecca, you're a fucking genius. Like, he'd be so excited and so animated. I'm like, I need this on video. Right? But all right, so let's look at the key takeaways from this principle 10. It says risk is the number one hidden reason people hesitate to buy. The risk. Am I going to lose my money? You know how many times I'd be scared if I give this money, am I not going to get it back? Am I not going to get the result that I'm praying that I get from this? Reduce risk with guarantees, clear communication, and proof of results. So you letting them know this is what you're going to get, because so and so and so and so and so and so got that too. But I will say this: I've worked with people that say, yeah, I went to so and so because my friend said go to so and so and they got so and so, but then it wasn't that. So sometimes you never know what's happening in that creative's life, that they weren't able to perform up to their ability. But I say always communicate, because if you don't tell the creative that you didn't like it, how are they supposed to know? If you was just like, oh yeah, faking poker face liking this shit, then yeah, they gave you what you said you liked. But then you walk away, you're like, yeah, I didn't really like it. Well, you should have spoke the fuck up. All right? Sorry, y'all. Sorry. So buyers don't want to be sold. They want to feel secure, seen, and smart for saying yes. So you got to let them know, okay. And they want to make sure that they have that. Remember, we talked about that experience. So once they make that payment, they want to know, okay, I get an email saying thank you, welcome, something. I've had people to be like, once I made a payment, I never heard from them. It's like let them. Customers want some security when they spend their money. So even just an email saying, hey, thank you for your payment, I'll be in touch with you within 24, 48 hours. That also is a way, to put some limit some risk. I try to put inside my proposals that what's the next step, so at least they'll know, okay, soon as you make this payment, you're getting an email, and then boom, after that we're going to have a meeting, so at least it gives them some stuff, right? All right, so conversions. All right, so number one, these are 3 ways to reduce buyer risk and increase conversions. All right. 1, offer a no risk guarantee, so you can have a 30-day return satisfaction guarantee or money back promise. You want to remove the doubt. Number 2, show receipts and proof of results. So you want to have screenshots, testimonials. You want to have a video of my client saying, Mecca, you're a genius, before and after results, right? Excuse me. Number 3, clarify the process and remove surprises. So like I said, it says outline next steps clearly. Like in my proposal, I literally, right after they go see the scope of services, they see next steps. I even added in FAQs depending on the service. That way, people, for example, like with business cards, client might say, well, do you print the business cards? I can, but that's not the price of it. So I'll have in there, I do provide printing services. However, these are the costs. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that allows them to have some security in before they purchase, right? So you want to outline the next steps clearly, and then you want to eliminate confusion. So eliminate confusion, that equals increase conversion. All right. So eliminate confusion, equals increase conversion. All right. So are y'all ready to simplify your buyer experience today? I'm just saying, like, this was some good stuff. I hope that you guys feel like some of the stuff is really good for you too, because depending on no matter where you at, I don't care if you got a small in-house business that you run from inside of your house and you sell cakes. Look at that dimple. So cute. All right. What are some hesitations your customers often have before buying? What are some hesitations your customers often have before buying? Definitely price. I see price a lot of times, and I know for a fact that I'm not. Yes. I think I was last night, I seen some cakes on your page. We need you a website for your cakes. Hint, hint, hint. So I definitely see price a lot of times. And and that is just because, I think there are some people who charge really low, and there are some people, I charge my price because I know I'm worth it. Yes, Natalie, I know I'm worth it. And I feel that, you get what you get from me, and then you get what you get for that $200, $300 straight up. So What I need y'all to answer this for y'all on here. What are some hesitations your customers often have before buying? If you feel like sharing, I totally understand, right? How can you address those proactively in your sales funnel or convo? So, what could you do to actively address those? I could put money back guarantee, but that's going to be in big print because we ain't using no small print. That if you don't like it, if you don't do something, that you're not getting your money back. I don't know because literally first day I get things started. I get things started from the definitely price. Okay. All right. Here's another question. And I want you guys to either do an A, B, or C. Okay. It says, what's the biggest fear your audience has before buying? What's the biggest fear your audience has before buying? A, wasting money. B, not getting results. And then C, lack of support after buying. I think C would be, and I think I have to ask these questions more. I feel like I don't ask these questions enough. So I'm so grateful that we read this book. I read this book again because I feel like I love sales. And I like it in a way that is not pushy or, you know what I mean? I like being in front of the client who wants the product because I feel like then I could sell it. But if it's, if I got to go out door to door sales, yeah, I'm not interested in that type of sales. But I think definitely lack of support after buying. I think that sometimes people, for example, when they buy a website, they really don't know how to build, how to manage it. And I try to put things in place for clients. I just think that, they just get back into life and forget that they even have those things available. So I don't know. This has definitely made me just want to think a little differently and make sure that I provide the risk removal into my business process or sales process to ensure that I'm able to lessen the no's, you know what I'm saying, or the price rejections, right? All right, so here's our sales challenge for today. All right, are y'all ready? 1, you want to review your offer page or pitch, and where can you reduce risk more clearly? So you want to review your offer or pitch, and in that you want to see where can you reduce the risk more clearly. All right. Number 2, add a guarantee, visual proof, or a step-by-step breakdown of what happens after the sale. So add a guarantee, visual proof, or step-by-step breakdown of what happens after the sale. And then DM one lead today and ask, what would make you feel more confident about working with me? All right, so you're going to DM one lead today and ask, what would make you feel more confident about working with me? All right, and drop a lock and key if you are in the comment section. Drop a lock and key in the comment section if you are accepting this challenge. All right, drop a lock in the comment section if you are accepting this challenge, y'all. You know what's funny? When I'm doing reading this, and thank you, Nat. When I'm reading this, I be wondering about how I pronunciate words. So I was rewatching my video yesterday, right? And I realized that I put an F on truth. So you know how truth has a TH at the end? Well, I was like truth. So I was laughing at myself. Like I'm so grateful for this experience, right? Because I feel like I talk in Ebonics so much that I never paid attention to how I'm enunciating my words and how I'm pronouncing and all of that stuff. So I noticed that yesterday. So if y'all look at my video, you hear me saying truth. I was like, and the truth is I was cracking up at him. But all right, so that's a wrap for the growth hour. I would love for you to share your biggest takeaway in the comments, so that I know that you found some value from this, at least from this principle today. So please, if you can, share your biggest takeaway in the comments. And If you're ready to build with confidence and close more sales, make sure you like and subscribe and follow if you're new here. And make sure you turn on your notifications, because guess what? If you don't have your notifications on, you don't even know I'm coming on. And I need for you to know, because I be sharing, but I don't know what TikTok be doing over there. All right. So please turn on your notifications, that little bell, bing, bing, bing. I won't bother you too much, right? And then tag your biz bestie, your cousin, your uncle, your nephew, your sister, your brother, your like tag them all. And if they need to reduce the factor, fear factor in their funnel. And I just want to say this, right? Yesterday I realized that my creed for my business is that I believe that everyone should have a business outside of their 9 to 5. Literally, I feel like everybody. It could be you selling freeze clips out your house. I feel like everybody should have a way to generate income outside of their 9 to 5. That is just, I realize that is my creed, and that is what I'm standing on, and that is what I want to teach. It could be as little or as big as you want it to be, but I definitely believe that we all should have some type of business outside of, or some type of business generating passive income, or however you're generating, but it should be generating some income. So I believe that. And remember, the safer your offer feels, the faster they'll buy. Don't just sell, reassure. All right, y'all? We're not just selling, we're reassuring, because our products are the bomb.com. Our services are the bomb.com. We're not putting nothing out this trash. So with that being said, don't just sell, reassure. And it's your girl, Mecca Joy. I see you tomorrow, same time, same place, same energy. Keep going, keep growing, and keep glowing. I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right. Tomorrow's Principle 11, it's going to talk about when they say it about you, it's proof. When they say it about you, that's proof. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love y'all. And